It's the Retro Philosophy Show. Go on and tell everybody you know. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lottie Dottie, and I'm in the building hanging out with Retro. Keep it locked, and don't you dare touch that dial.
Yo, what up? This is Marvin Gibson, aka Big Gip, and you are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show.
Hey now, this is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, home of the Moto Mob where legends are made. You are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Press play.
What's up, everybody? This is your man Pablo Frescobar on the Retro Philosophy Podcast, talking about my newly published book, Courage Unveiled, Navigating the Battlefield Within.
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in the building. Much love and respect to my man Retro stopping through, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Retro Philosophy Show, where I always listen to my man, 50 Grand, Pastor Retro. You know what it is.
Make sure y'all check out the Retro Philosophy Show on YouTube with my man Retro. Like, subscribe, comment, share, copy the link, put it on Instagram in your bio, put it on your Facebook page. Send it to your mama, text it to somebody. But y'all make sure y'all follow this page, Retro Philosophy.
Yes, indeed, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. It's your boy Retro with you on today. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and I'm going to be glad in it. Anybody else willing to rejoice and just be glad? Kirk Franklin told us a long time ago, he said, you look better when you smile. Look here, man. We've got a great show planned for you tonight. We've got the one and only Mr. Masol Young. He's going to be in the building. As a matter of fact, he's already in the building. He's in the green room, just chilling, hanging out. And we're going to getting ready to get started here in just a quick moment. But before we do, I just want to share with you guys a few things going on. You already know what it is. Cam Fam in the building, Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry. Y'all know how we do, man. We got a Biker Sunday planned for you guys later on in May. So we'll be getting that information out to you real soon. In the meantime and in between time, the Winston-Salem area, they're calling it the Tray 4 Bike Blessing, which is in essence a citywide bike blessing. There's almost a dozen, I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, a dozen ministries and clubs that are sponsoring this and working together to see to it that this goes down. You can see some of those on the screen down there. This all goes down on April the 27th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at CB's Tavern. This is located at 3870 what is that? Bethania Station Road in Winston-Salem, North Kakalaki. So if you are in the Winston-Salem area, Raleigh area, Charlotte area, if you're in the Carolinas, man, I mean, and hey, if you're a real G like that and a ground pounder, it doesn't matter where you're at, make it out for this. Again, this is going to be a citywide bike blessing, and we're excited to be a part of this and to just, because history is in the making, folks. History is in the making. Citywide bike blessing. So again, put that on your calendar, make it a date. And don't you dare be late. We might get a few of these fine ministries and clubs on the show one of these days here soon prior. That way you can get a little bit more dialogue as to this here citywide bike blessing. Shout out to the Winston-Salem bike community doing big things. Yes, indeed. So without any further ado, we'll talk more about commercials here in a little bit, but we want you to just say hello, say what's up when you come into the building. You know how we like to do it here on the Retro Philosophy Show. No strangers at all. Hopefully the audio sounds good for you guys. We try to make a few tweaks, and this morning's show was it seemed to be okay. I think it passed the test. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's go ahead and welcome to the Retro Philosophy Show. No stranger. He's no stranger at all. I tell you, he came down to support Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry this past weekend as we laid one of our very own to rest, Tiffany Livingston, aka Miracle. And I had a chance to meet him and his lovely wife. Look at the smile, man. It says it all, man. It was just all smiles, man. It was all smiles. And so, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, let's make some noise for my friend, Mr. Masol Young, whose name I was butchering for so long, but we finally got it right. We finally got it right. What's going on, Masol? Welcome to the Retro Philosophy Show. How you feeling on tonight?
I feel good, bro. I feel real good.
Amen.
I
Amen.
feel
That's
real
what's
good
up.
to be here with you, my big little brother of the faith. That's what I'm gonna start calling you, the giant little brother of the faith.
Okay. There we go. Hey, look here, man. Call me what you want. Just don't call me late for supper. You know what I mean?
All right, I know that's right.
But
You
it
know me,
was.
I like supper. I
Yeah,
like my supper nursing home
yes,
time.
sir. Shout out to Shelton Crump, VP of TBM out of Lexington, North Kakalaki. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining in, and thank you as well for coming down and supporting us as well. TBM. I mean to tell you, man. Stand up brothers and sisters, man. Really, man. They've showed you boy nothing but love. Hello, sweet lady Shelly McIver in the building. Make some noise for that pretty viewer right there. That's my wife.
Hey, my sister.
Yeah.
It was great meeting her. Man, she got such a beautiful spirit. Love that. Love that
Yeah,
spirit.
she's a
She's a
sweetheart,
lovely
man.
person.
Yeah, she is indeed, man.
Yes,
She
she
is
is.
indeed. So, okay, audio's good. Okay, she gave me the thumbs up. Okay, good deal. So, Meso, let's go ahead and jump right on into this thing, man. For those who do not know, would you share with them who this Mr. Meso is? Who is Mr. Meso?
Masol he's a father, a husband, a grandfather, a son, a brother, a true friend, no matter what.
Right.
He's a protector, a real protector for
Yeah.
the weak. You know, I'm the kind of person, grew up in Gary, Indiana,
Okay.
Delaney Projects, around the corner from Roosevelt High School, from Michael Jackson's, the Jackson 5 family.
There we go.
They lived on one side. They lived on one side of Roosevelt, and then it was Roosevelt where they won that, where they came in second place for the competition, where they got in that competition, the talent show.
Yeah.
And then the projects is on the other side of the school, and I lived dead in the middle of the projects.
Right.
By their family, the other Jacksons, Joe Jackson's brother, who lived in the projects with his kids.
Okay,
Trent
didn't know that.
Jackson,
Yeah.
Keith Jackson, Sean Jackson. Man, it was a lot of them.
So
we all lived in the project.
So you live right there. So I got to ask this question. Did you pick up any of the Michael Jackson moves? Can you do any of the moves?
Bro, I wish I could. I wish I still could.
Yeah.
This 300 pounds won't let a brother do it.
Yeah. So Gary, Indiana was your original stomping grounds, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was the
All right.
original stomping ground.
Yeah. So.
And I tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, like I said, I lived right in the middle of the projects,
Yeah.
right in the middle. You had the taller projects and then you had the smaller houses. And as a kid, growing up in Gary, Indiana, in the projects,
Mm-hmm.
you had gangs. You had the Black Gangster Disciples Nation,
Yeah.
and you had the Bloods.
Okay.
Back then, it was known as the Vice Lords, you know.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm in the middle. We all growing up together.
Mm-hmm.
So either you join one or you fight one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
Me, my choice was I'm gonna fight them all. I'm gonna fight them all. That
Yeah.
was just me as a kid. You know, just fight them all and deal with it.
Yeah.
But they learned that learned not to want to fight me anymore. You know,
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
was I was just that kind of person I was. Everybody was, oh, he's crazy. Just leave him alone. Just let him go. Leave him alone. It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Back then it wasn't a lot of guns back then when I was, they were younger kids. It was just straight up fist fights.
Yeah.
But it was kind of rough. It was rough. It was really rough. Growing
Wow.
up there because that city that city was 99% black. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
was it was really rough growing up there. You had to fight everybody. You know, there was
Wow.
drugs everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, and as you see, I said we was living in the project, so my dad wasn't around then. You know,
Right.
he was. Matter of fact, he wasn't around when we was kids, but my mom raised us,
Okay.
so the
Okay.
best she could.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
no father figure. But
So.
I
So.
had to
Okay.
learn.
So dad wasn't in the picture. Um.
No.
Were there any other gentlemen who ended up lending a father figure at all? Because I think this is a very, I've talked about this several times before, and so I just want to, were there any other male figures that helped you growing up?
Well, put it this way:
Mm-hmm.
my mom had a boyfriend, and we're gonna call him Lester because that's
Okay.
his name. he, I have an older brother than me. He's I believe my brother's 69 because I'm 59 now.
Okay.
So my mother's boyfriend was the same age as my oldest brother.
Wow.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, so how you gonna have a kid pretty much trying to raise? My mom
Right.
was
Right.
she
Right.
was
Right.
drinking. I ain't ashamed to say it. My mom was she was an alcoholic. She
Mm-hmm.
was on drugs. My father was on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason my mom was on drugs because my dad was on drugs
Mm-hmm.
when we was younger.
Yeah.
And I mean the strong stuff, heroin. You know,
Wow. Yeah.
she was on it
That's that.
real
Yeah. That's
bad.
that real stuff. Yeah.
And he was so messed up before she got on him. He was so messed up. He was hiding from her for years. And they moved us to Clovis, New Mexico.
Oh.
This is a true story. True story. Clovis, New Mexico. And she ended up getting on drugs. They was on drugs together.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my brother Melvin. My
Yeah.
mom used to always tell me, always look out for your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Always protect your little brother.
So how many of you guys
But
were there, Masol?
well, actually, it's five of us now,
Okay.
five
Okay.
brothers.
Okay.
Me, my brother Melvin, James, Johnny, and Dwayne. That's still alive. But
Okay.
it was three other ones that's
Right.
passed on.
My condolences.
But my father, he was real crazy.
Okay.
He was so crazy, and the drugs made him back worse. He beat my mom in the head with a hammer
Oh, man.
and took me, my brother, and left my mom for dead in New
Wow.
Mexico, and then took us back to East Chicago, Indiana, where my mom and stayed with my mom's dad.
Hold on. Let me
That's
back
how
up.
crazy he was.
Yeah. Let me back up a little bit here so I can make sure I'm following here. So you guys leave Gary, Indiana for New Mexico.
Right.
Okay.
When
And
we was real young, right.
okay.
When we was
And
really young.
now this was with your birth father?
Yes.
Okay. So the
That was my
stepfather
birth
doesn't come
father,
into play until
Masol.
later. Okay, okay, okay.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
talking about my father.
Okay, so he
My
leaves your
father,
mom.
Masol Young, right.
Right. So he leaves your
The
mom for
second.
dead. He leaves your mom for dead, takes you and the boys, and heads back to Chicago.
East Chicago, Indiana. The
Okay, okay.
harbor.
Yeah. Wow.
My grandfather owned a bar there.
Okay.
His last name is Blackie.
Uh-huh.
That's why when you asked me what was the name of my bike, I
Yeah.
call it East Chicago Blackie
Okay,
after my
gotcha.
grandfather.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
my dad took me and my brother back there.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom got well, and she has a plate in her head to this day. She's 83 years. She's 83 years old right now. She
Okay,
has a plate
okay.
in her head from him
Wow.
doing that to her. Well, when she came back, she cut him from here to his belly button,
Whew.
and then he was messed up.
Good
In which
Lord.
they locked my mom up. Because that's attempted murder.
Yeah, yeah. So
So my
mama did
mom
time.
spent time with him. Yeah.
Cool, man.
So we end up staying with our grandparents, staying with family members,
Yeah,
staying with family members and stuff.
yeah.
And time went on.
How
My
old are
dad
you?
ended up moving.
How old are you when
I'm
this is
59.
happening? No, no, no.
Oh, I was
When
I was like two, three,
okay.
2 or 3 years old, four maybe.
Okay, okay. So when your mom cut your dad up, you was about 3, 4 years old, give or take.
Right,
Okay,
right,
all right.
yeah. And like I say, when she got back, we was living in the projects, and that's when she met our stepfather, and decided to get married,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like jumping out of the frying pan into the fire,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
with him being such a young age,
Mm-hmm.
that close, But as kids, you don't have nothing to say about it,
Right, right, right.
You don't have nothing to say about it. You just keep living.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, so if you get, like I said, we living in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was working he was working some job. Then he got a job at the mill. We
Mm-hmm.
thought everything was gravy, as they
Yeah,
say. Thought it was all gravy.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be nice. Nah, it ended up getting even worse. And come
Okay.
find out he was on drugs. You know,
Mm.
like you know, how it is for a child to walk in the room
Ooh, my
and you see
goodness.
somebody laid out with a needle in their arm. Excuse
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
You know, you
Right.
walk in, you see that as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me.
Take your time, brother.
Anyway, all my life, I remember going in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my wife them that story now. I remember me going in the backyard in the projects, laying in the grass, looking up at the sky and the clouds,
Mm-hmm.
and just praying.
Wow.
Just praying.
Yeah.
Like God, please don't let me become like this
Yeah.
when I'm an adult. Don't
Yeah.
let me be like this. You
Right.
know, don't let me be so weak that you got to use something
Yeah.
to make it through the day. You know,
Wow. Whew.
don't let me do that.
Yeah.
And you know, and with people like that, they think they doing good, but that ain't helping you as a
Nah.
child.
Nah.
You know,
Nah.
that's not helping. That's not helping you as a child. And if you can hear it in my voice, you'll know that now. You
Right,
know,
right, right.
Just- I'm 59 years old. If that happened way back then, that still
It
bothers you.
still
You know,
bothers you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you know, like I say, I don't do drugs. When I got out of when I met my wife, I uh, met her in '83, end of '83, beginning of '84, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she already had a little girl,
Yeah.
and the dad wasn't no good. He
Mm-hmm.
was he wasn't no good. But I claim I claim that little girl as my daughter.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Keisha.
Y-
I'm her dad.
Right.
She knows who her dad is, but
Mm-hmm.
she knows. You actually she'll tell you, Masol Young the third is my dad.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and where we end up moving,
Mm-hmm.
where my dad was living, Youngstown, Ohio.
Wow. Yeah.
Youngstown, Ohio, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been here ever since. And he passed away. He passed away before my oldest son, Masol
Mm-hmm.
the fourth,
Mm-hmm.
before he was born. He passed
Yeah.
away a year. Masol was born May 1st, 1987. My dad passed away in 86.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in 86.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and I've been here, me and my wife been here ever since,
So so
making a life for ourselves.
and that's a beautiful thing. Let me back up a little bit, Maisel. So, at what age or when was it that you? Because I know you said you were living with grandparents and different family. At what age was it that you ventured out on your own?
When I got 18,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna join the Marines.
Yeah.
I seriously wanted to join the Marines with all my heart. I
Yeah.
wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't. My mind wasn't right, you know.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
mind wasn't right, and I think they knew it too. They knew
Mm-hmm.
not to let me in there and put a
Yeah.
weapon in my hand. They really knew it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
blame them.
Yeah.
I
How
don't
does
blame them.
how does all of this affect you while in grade school and junior high and high school? How was your schooling and things like that?
Like I said, I was the kind of person I wanted to be friends with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but I always remember what my mama said: always protect your brother.
Right.
Always look out for your brother.
Mm-hmm.
The mindset that some parents say to you back then when they was growing up
Yeah.
wasn't always right.
I understand.
Instead of her saying, protect my brother, she
Mm-hmm.
should have been saying, pray for your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for your brother.
Yeah.
Make sure you're all right all
Mhm.
your life. And I took that as make sure you protect your brother. I took that for all the time,
Yeah.
protect him all the time.
Mhm.
His name is Melvin Young, and he just got out of jail not long ago.
Right,
Thank
right,
God.
right. Yeah.
And and that's the way. Like I said, I've always been a protector.
Mhm.
No, you're not gonna fight my brother. You're gonna fight me.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're not gonna touch him. That's the way I grew up.
So a
I
lot
would
of
rather.
fights in
I would
school?
take a lot of fights,
Yeah.
fighting in school, fighting teachers,
Whoa.
angry,
Yeah.
frustrated. I remember the first time I had he was the football coach, Mr. Smith at Roosevelt High School, ninth grade.
Yeah.
Punched me right in the side of the face because somebody else was doing something in the hall. Walked out, hit me right in the face. Bam! I hit the
Wow.
ground.
Oh.
I jumped up. He was like, "I wish you would." And I was like, "Wow, wow." One day, one day,
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
one day, and my friends grabbed me because they knew I was going to try to fight him. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I was like, I skipped his class every day. I went to
Yeah.
every class but his. You
Wow.
know, and the principal
Wow.
asked me, "Why you not going to this class, Mason?" I'm like, "Because he hit me."
Mhm.
Y'all don't believe me, so I
Yeah.
ended up transferring to another school.
Okay. Okay.
Um, had to walk 20 blocks to get to the other school.
Good Lord. 20 blocks, huh?
Oh, from 25th Avenue. Well, it was more than that. From 25th Avenue to 45th Avenue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever number that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a little walk. That's a
But
little
I
walk.
graduated, and in '83, I got out of there. Was trying to look for jobs. There wasn't a lot of jobs in Gary. If you couldn't
Right.
get in the mill, it wasn't nothing. Back then, the jobs paid you $2.90 or $1.25. Back in the
Whoa.
'80s,
Yeah.
'83 and stuff. It wasn't a lot. Wasn't a lot of jobs. I worked at an orange juice factory for a
Mhm.
while, and I was staying with my wife and her grandmother there. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact,
So
and
what age was it that you met your wife?
I met her when I was I was 18 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 18 then.
Okay.
Met her, and like I said, I told her, I was like, she was still in school.
Mm-hmm.
She was, I think she was a sophomore, because we're 4 years apart.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, 4 years apart. I was born in '64. She was born in '68, so 4 years apart.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna go get a job in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna send for you. And that's what I did. And
Okay.
we ended up moving in.
Yeah.
We ended up moving in when she got out of school. Me, her, and our daughter. We moved
Okay.
here. Yeah, and we've been here ever since.
Now
Been here ever since.
you said earlier, Masol, that as a kid growing up, seeing coming home and seeing somebody laid out with a needle in their arm, and you had anger and all kind of stuff. I can only imagine. When you met your wife, what was going through your mind? When you met her.
Well, I knew her past too. I knew what her family was going through. You
Mm-hmm.
know, her mom was pretty much like my mom. You know,
Okay.
on the drugs,
Yeah.
family members on drugs, drinking, and we
Mm-hmm.
didn't want no part of that.
Right.
Me and her, we was the same. My birthday is November 26th. Her birthday is January 26th. You
Mm.
know, and when we met, her brother, her brother, her oldest brother Charles, uh, me and him was pretty much alike. People thought we looked alike,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much back in the day. But
Yeah.
he was in the gang. He was a real tough guy. People didn't mess with him. He ended up
Yeah.
going to prison for 30 some years.
Wow.
Yeah, but he never, even when he knew me, he didn't bother me because he
Mm-hmm.
knew how crazy I was back then. You know,
Yeah.
like like you said that day, you said every every sinner has a future and
Mm-hmm.
every saint has a past.
Amen.
You know,
Amen. True
and
indeed.
you know, you have to change with your environment. When I came to Ohio, I was like, I'm not I'm not going to deal with all this craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did come, I did talk to him. I was with my dad
Yeah.
and hanging out with him. He was still doing the same thing. He was
Wow.
remarried with kids. He has two sons, Masol and Narvell, Brenda and Goldie. My
Mm-hmm.
two sisters and two brothers.
Yeah.
And I pretty much they'll tell you right now, oh, my brother is like my dad. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're like my brother. He raised me.
Yeah.
Because uh, I ended up seeing with my own eyes when I got older.
Mm-hmm.
Before he died,
Yeah.
his wife, he was going to beat her. He was going to beat her with a bat, a
Mm.
baseball bat. And you know, that mindset, be a
Mm-hmm.
protector.
Right.
No, you're not finna do that to her.
Yeah.
You're not finna do her like you did my mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing come to my mind.
Yeah.
You're not finna do it. And
Wow.
she ended up that day, I think she packed up. I remember her packing up and she was out of there.
Mm-hmm.
She was out of there. Got another
Wow.
boyfriend,
Yeah.
another place, and
Yeah.
moved on,
Moved on.
you know.
What's your wife's name
And
again,
thank God
Masol?
she did. Uh-huh.
What's your wife's name
Say that
again?
again.
Your wife's name again?
Bessie.
Bessie?
Bessie.
Bessie.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Befsie.
okay. So
Yeah.
when you met Bessie, because I like y'all's energy. You guys seem like a really
Mhm.
good couple. And I appreciated hanging out with you guys the other night. When you met Bessie, you told her, look, I'm gonna go get me a job and I'm gonna send for you. Um,
Mhm.
Talk to me about love. Had anybody, because up until this point, did you know what love was? How did you know you was in love with Bessie?
I used to say I was in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
I really, it was more feelings,
Okay.
strong feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that I would do anything for her.
Mm.
Anything. I felt I would do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
for her daughter, our daughter. I felt I would do anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I was a protector,
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm picking up
anything
on.
and anybody, yeah,
Yeah.
anything and anybody I cared about, you couldn't hurt.
Right.
You know,
And
I was gonna protect.
especially being that you guys had similar backgrounds in terms of, experiences and things like that. As I hear you
Right.
talking, to me, it seems like there was such similarities there that there was also a connection as a result.
It was. It
Yeah.
was her. She had some uncles. Uncle in California right now. He's from Gary, and people didn't mess with him. I ain't gonna say
Mm-hmm.
his name, but she had another uncle who had got killed there in Gary, and he was big time.
Mm-hmm.
He was really big time there,
Yeah.
in the gangs. And her oldest uncle, he lives in California now. He was part of Sin City Disciples when they
Yeah.
first started back in the
Uh-huh.
days.
Yeah.
And I remember as a young kid when I used to go to, that doing summer programs,
Mm-hmm.
how they used to feed you at the different
Right.
spots.
Right.
Well, anyway, Bessie's grandmother worked at the place I used to go eat lunches at, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I remember me and my buddy used to run up there to the school, go to try to get us lunch because we was hungry.
Yeah.
And her grandmother at the time, which I didn't know, her name was Bessie also,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know. And I'd be like, Miss Bessie, can I please get another lunch? And she would give me an extra lunch and a milk.
Yeah.
Then we
Yeah.
get that lunch, we eat it, we run to the next place, go get
Yeah.
us another lunch over here, just so
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was like faith almost because
Yeah.
I knew her family before I knew her.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Nice. At what
I knew,
point
I
at
knew.
what point did it feel like life began to give you a break?
Um, when I came here, and I remember I got a job at the Holiday Inn,
Okay.
and I was bussing tables.
Mhm.
My little white tuxedo shirt
Yeah.
on, little
Ye
black bow tie,
Yes, sir.
working
Yes,
at the
sir.
country club,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
bussing tables and
Yeah.
waiting,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
trying to make a dollar.
Out of
And I
15
remember
cents.
you got it. We was living in the project. Guys was out there. We lived at the bottom of the hill, and it was New Year's. Guys was out in front of our place acting crazy and trying me because I was the new guy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was the new guy. And here come that crazy guy again. Here come that crazy guy. And I used to tell guys, no, I'm not going to do this to you. Not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And everybody, how they thought, oh, he's a punk.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they would think. He's a punk. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Don't want that crazy guy to come.
Right. Right. Right.
And my brother Melvin, he was out there living too. And heard somebody arguing, and he was out there fighting two guys.
Oh my.
And of course, I seen it,
Yeah.
and I ran out there and just beat them both up. Just whooped them both.
Well, I'm glad we friends,
Because back
Masol.
then, yeah, that's just the way I was, and I
Hey.
fought them and all their friends from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill. You
Yeah.
know, and after that, I was like, no more of this, no more of this. This is crazy. We ended up moving to the south side of Youngstown, and like I told you, I went to truck driving school
Uh-huh.
in the 90s, 90, 90, 91. I went to truck driving school
Okay.
and started driving straight trucks for a
Yeah.
company called Regenix,
Okay.
and saved up my money. And then I talked her into getting her license, CDL license. And she drove during the day and I drove during the night. And we drove from Pennsylvania to California. And we was able to save up and buy a house
Okay.
and raise our kids. And
So you've got your daughter. At what point did your oldest son come in? Was he born?
He was born May 1st, 1987. He
Mm-hmm.
was born
Mm-hmm.
May 1st, 1987. And
Okay.
I had to learn how to be a dad.
Wow.
I had to learn how to be a father,
Let's
because
talk
like I
about.
said, wasn't no, go ahead.
No, like you was going to say there were no role models or no examples. So how difficult was
Sure.
it? Let's talk about that a little bit. Being a father, trying to be a father when you didn't even have an example. How did that work out for you?
It was hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. I met a couple guys here, Richard Cecil. He was in the Marines, and he worked at the same place. He was in the reserves. That's Little Masol there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's Little Masol. Yeah, that's my boy there. Yes, sir. That's my boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
so
miss
you're.
that cat.
I know you do, brother. I know you do, man. Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we are the pleasure of having the one and only Mr. Masol in the building with us on tonight. We're just having a candid conversation here and learning a little bit more about him. And we got Nick Holly in the building out of Ohio, so he's showing a little Ohio love to you, Masol, excuse me.
Thank you.
And Shaquila Bussy, she says, "How did you learn to ride motorcycles?" Um,
Oh
s-
man, I ain't gonna even lie, Sheila. That was back in Gary,
yeah.
hanging with the wrong crowd, stealing motorcycles.
Hey, oh,
I ain't gonna even
okay, yes,
lie.
sir. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about it.
I ain't gonna lie. I was about that life early.
Yeah,
Tracy Young. Tracy Young. We was no kin, but people thought we was brothers. He was stealing cars, motorcycles, teaching me the wrong thing. But he knew I was tough and nobody was gonna bother him.
yeah.
And stealing cars, stealing motorcycles, and that's how I learned how to ride a motorcycle. He taught me how to ride a motorcycle. As a matter of fact, first time Bessie was on a motorcycle was with me on a stolen motorcycle. I ain't gonna even lie. And that's how I learned how to ride bikes, and I enjoy motorcycles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I
been riding
enjoy
for quite a while,
motorcycles.
huh?
Been driving for a long time since I was pretty much a kid.
So
But
what
I did
about
when I first got that's my very first motorcycle right there. I bought working
okay.
in Ohio as a
Yeah.
security guard,
So your first one
and
was a
that's Little
legit one. You
Mason
didn't
one.
it wasn't stolen. It was paid for.
It wasn't stolen. It was paid for.
Yes, sir.
My lord, and I
Yeah.
had fun on that bike.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what's up.
That was
So,
that bike there was my first therapy. That was my
okay.
first therapy bike.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's
That
talk
was
about that. So, at what age are you now when you get your first motorcycle?
that was in oh Lord. Like I remember I was telling you about the dates,
Okay, okay,
the
okay, okay.
numbers.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you get your first motorcycle and it becomes a therapy for you. So how did
Yes.
that feel on your first ride or some of your first rides in terms of being when did you know that was therapeutic for you?
I used to ride it back and forth to work.
Okay.
And I was working security guard at Tamco Distribution Center, a
Okay.
security guard job. And I used to ride that bike, and it was like all my problems was gone. You
Mm.
know, I wasn't worried about bills.
Mhm.
I wasn't worried about nobody.
Right.
I wasn't. I was just comfortable, and it put
Mhm.
a smile on my face. You
Yeah.
know, it just made me smile, made me feel happy riding,
Nice.
and I loved it. I loved it. That was my first one. I don't know if you have any pictures of my second one. I had a red Yamaha,
Mhm.
which my second bike, real fast bike. I used to love just racing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta go
And
fast.
I
Gotta
had
go
those bikes.
fast.
I had them bikes for a long time. My first big bike was
Uh-huh.
a Gold Wing,
Okay. You know
a
what? I
Gold
I I,
Wing, a
I
big
could see
old
you on a
Gold
gold
Wing.
wing. Yeah, I could see you on a gold wing.
And I got a picture of it on my phone.
Uh-huh.
But my best friend, I call him my brother. We grew up in the projects in Delaney. I gave it to him.
Okay.
It's a gold wing, and I gave it to
Nice.
him. He came up to Ohio and got it. a few years ago, as a matter of fact, not that long ago.
Okay,
He
okay.
came up again.
So
Yeah.
did Masol was the fourth, correct?
Yeah, Mason was the fourth. I'm the
Your
third.
son. You're the third. So did
Uh-huh.
Masol the fourth? Did he take a liking to motorcycles? I see he was on it at a young age, and I know a lot
Yeah.
of times that's how it starts.
Oh, he loved it. He loved
Yeah.
motorcycles. He loved it. He had said he's like he Mason was the kind of kid. He was a loner. You know,
Mm-hmm.
his best friend, my son- my oldest son's best friend was his little brother.
Okay.
They
Okay.
was they was best friends. You know,
Yeah.
and he didn't have a lot of friends, but he knew a lot of people
Yeah. Yeah.
because my
Yeah.
daughter was so popular. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
daughter was really popular.
Yeah.
But he when he got out of high school, he went to um, Akron University,
Okay.
and he went and we kept telling him, look, we have to pay for your schooling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not free. You can't
Right.
go to school and mess around and party, you
Yeah.
know, unless you're gonna pay for it yourself.
Right.
And what he do? He went there and he partied. He partied.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
paying for it.
Right.
I don't
Right.
know what to
Right.
tell. I had to learn how to be a father.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know,
And
and
nobody
he
has
had
the
to learn the
perfect
hard way.
manual. Yeah.
Yeah,
She has a question for you, Meso. She says you've been through a lot. Do you feel you suffer from any form of PTSD from the trauma and tragedies that you faced in life as a youngster?
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, without a doubt,
yeah,
without a doubt. When what's his name, Pablo,
yeah,
Mike,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
the one that wrote the book.
Mm-hmm.
When
Mike
he wrote
McCoy,
that
Pablo
book,
Frescobar.
right? When he wrote that book, and where's my book? Anyway, um, I I can feel all that. I can
Yeah,
feel all that. Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah. I've as a kid, I've
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of people get shot,
Mm-hmm.
killed, stabbed. As a
Yeah.
kid,
Wow.
I remember being in the back seat with me and my brother Melvin and my mom because this man named Frank pulled up at the liquor store on 11th Avenue in Gary, Indiana, and he came out the liquor store. Guy asked him for some change, and he was like, "I ain't giving you nothing, punk." Got in
Mm.
his car with us in the car, got down, going down Grant, pulled in the alley, going to his backyard. The guys in the car followed him.
Oh man.
He paused, jumped out the car, and went to running, and they started shooting him. Shot
Wow.
him and killed him, shooting up the car. My mom covering us in the back seat
Oh
while this
man.
man got killed.
Wow.
You know, it was really crazy. I know there's a
Yeah.
God that was
Come on
watching
now.
out for us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know there's a
Whew.
God. Like I said, when I used to sit on that grass in the
Yeah.
projects and look up at the clouds, at the sky, and say, Lord, please, I know you got to protect me. Please don't let me have to go through this as a
My
grown up,
God. Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Boy, it was rough and
And
Gary.
oh man, it was really bad. People don't know. They used to have signs up on the
Uh-huh.
news.
Yeah.
Don't come in Gary, Indiana. Come here at your own risk.
Wow.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
bad it was. They was blowing up detectives in their cars and shooting them. They were gangs. There wasn't no joke.
Yeah. They wasn't playing no
It was no
games.
joke.
Wasn't
It
playing no
was no
games.
joke.
So
And I remember my dad. When I came to Youngstown, Ohio,
uh-huh.
and when me and him was talking, he was like, "Don't bring that gang stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring that gang stuff here. You have You have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea. I didn't associate with the gangs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people who was in the gangs, they knew me.
Mm-hmm.
They knew me. Terry Hodge in Delaney Projects
Mm-hmm.
was over Black Gangster Disciples before he went to prison in Michigan City Prison before he killed the guy. Shot the guy in the head.
Wow.
Spanky, his name is Emmanuel Brown. He was over the Vice Lords. We all grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
He was over him. He got shot. He got shot and killed.
Wow.
You know, we grew up together, and they all knew I was that cat that they wanted with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't about that.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me. You know, it wasn't me.
So what did you want out of life growing up? You've experienced a lot of trauma and tragedy. What did Masol Young as a youngster? What did you want out of life?
Peace,
Peace,
happiness.
happiness. Yeah, yeah. So tell me a little bit about
Peace and
God.
happiness.
When does God come in the picture for you?
Like when I was in high school, I used to go to those churches. You remember the guys used to come around your house?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my French, but the white people used to come around your house, and they had that bus take you
Yeah.
out to the big old churches and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to go there, but the only people was there was young cats like me,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't getting to me. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't reaching me.
Okay.
It didn't start reaching me till I came to Youngstown, and I found a church
Mm-hmm.
on the south side of Youngstown, Holy Trinity Church,
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Rains.
Yeah.
And Reverend Rains was preaching, and we used to sit there and I listened, and it was like a fire in me.
Mm.
And he used to be like, "Boy, you sure do have a fire in you." He's like, and I was confused when he said it. I thought he was, trying to be funny. He's like, "You got a fire in you." He's like, "If I had only 3 or 4 of you, I can get rid
Yeah.
of a lot of people here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh." Then I understood him when he was talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But he grew on me. But he
Uh,
passed away. He was an older pastor.
okay. Okay.
So I I I I, I didn't like the second pastor that was there. I stopped going.
Okay.
And but before he had died, he had told me, he's like, "Son, you need to stay in church and keep it going."
Mm-hmm.
And then we found another church in Campbell, Ohio, not too far from here.
Okay.
Reverend Mason, and he was saying he said the same thing to me. "Man, you really have a fire in you, Mason. You
Mm-hmm.
have a fire in you for God."
Yeah.
He's like, "Stay with it." And he ended up passing.
Mm.
I'd be like, "Man, all these pastors keep
Yeah.
on passing away that I'm really getting close to."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Lord, what are you telling me? What are you telling me?
Mm-hmm.
This is hurting me,
Right.
you know?"
Yeah. Take your time, brother. Yeah.
I'm like, "What are you telling me?"
Uh-huh.
And then we started going to First Calvary Baptist Church, and I met Reverend Glenn, Pastor Glenn,
Yeah.
and he met my mom. He
Okay.
met my brother,
Yeah.
Melvin. He knew my kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was more than a pastor to me. He was like a dad.
Okay.
He was the
Okay.
first man that I looked to as a real dad.
Yeah.
And that's real. He was, about it. Let me show you how to do this. Start dressing like this. Here, go
Mm-hmm.
buy you some real nice sharp clothes. Get you some suits, boy.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
show you how to do this.
Yeah.
Go get you some Stacey Adams.
Yeah. 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 Some Stacey Adams. You're doing something now. You're
you
doing something
know,
now. Yeah.
that's what I did. And
Yeah.
I used to sit there in church. I started going to Bible study. After Bible study, I started coming to Sunday school. After Sunday school, I come to church, joined the church,
Mm-hmm.
always sat right in the first seat, front row.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My wife sat right behind me in the second row, right behind me, her and the kids. Because I made sure my kids had the right drug problem. I drove their
Mm-hmm.
butt to
Drug
church
them. There you
right
go. There you
along
go.
with me.
Yeah.
Drug them
Yeah.
right along with me. You wasn't going
Yeah.
to have the drug problem that I saw
Right,
You ain't
right,
gonna have the
right.
drug problem me dragging you in the right place.
Right, right, right. Absolutely.
And we drug them there every Sunday. Every Sunday, whether they wanted to go or not.
Right.
You know, if you didn't eat, oh well, you'll be hungry till we get home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love that church, love that reverend. And he's like, Masol, you want to join the church? I'm like, yes, I'm joining the church, Reverend Flynn. I want to join.
Mm-hmm.
Joined the church, did everything I could do.
Yeah.
I joined the male choir. I didn't join the regular choir because it was too much gospel. Too much gospel.
Yeah.
Men and women, no, I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
joined the deacon board.
Yeah.
I joined the deacon board. I was his deacon. And he said the same thing Reverend Rain said. If I had 3 or 4 of you, I can get rid of 25 people in here right now. He's like, I will walk them to the door right now,
Welcome to the door. They just taking up space. Oh gosh.
And this
They
man
just
was 80-something years old.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
80-something years old.
Yeah.
Bless
So
his heart.
so with that said and done, Meso, you know, you have a powerful testimony. Sellers is watching out of New Jersey. Really cool dude. You guys would really hit it off. He says, bless you for your testimony. You're making me cry. So you're touching him. And so my question is, do you get that often where you get a chance to share your testimony and it reaches other men or and women for that matter? But you know, because see, sometimes we go through so much hell in life, but there's a purpose for it as well, you know. And so the Bible says in the book of Revelation, they were overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of their testimony. So have you been able to use your testimony to help other brothers?
I try to.
Okay.
I try to talk about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about this with my reverends, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I talked about it with my best friend, but they knew it. David, the one I gave the gold ring to.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it with my vice president of FHO,
Mm-hmm.
V,
Yeah.
up there in Chicago. I
Yeah.
think I talked to him about it. I think so. I can't remember. Like I said, I get things twisted sometime in my
Mm-hmm.
head.
Yeah.
The other thing, when I know I told Big Sale about my problem, well, you probably didn't, but with my stroke after I had that stroke,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I was driving big trucks, tractor
Yeah.
trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Black men, go to doctor,
Yeah.
go to the doctor, all men, go to the doctor. I'm sorry, forgive
Yeah.
me for saying that about black men, but we don't take care of ourselves.
Right. Right.
We
Right.
think we strong. I didn't go to the doctor when I was young. I don't remember going to the doctor when I was younger. I went to the doctor when I was younger to get my eyes operated on because I was
Uh-huh.
born with a cocked eye.
Yeah.
And the doctor tried to straighten it out. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't go to the doctor when I was a kid. You break your arm, your mama go eat a hot dog. Go out and play.
Yeah. Yeah. Put some Mercurochrome on it and drink a ginger ale.
Okay.
You be walking around that red stuff all over here. Mama ain't take you to the hospital. You'll be all right. Go sit. I told you to sit down. Yes,
But anyway,
sir. Yeah.
after I was driving, I did steel hauling. I did pretty much a lot. Tanker hauling,
So how did it
class A.
how did the stroke occur? You know, what was going on? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I would catch headaches a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah.
And I would see these little floaters in front of
Mm-hmm.
my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was just for me drinking Mountain Dews, trying to stay up all night. Because I was the kind of person, when I ran over the road,
Yeah.
I would leave Youngstown with a load of steel
Mm-hmm.
10 o'clock at night because I wanted to make sure my family was good. So I
Yeah.
would leave in the middle of the night, 10 o'clock. 7 hours later, I'm in Chicago, or 8 or 9 hours later, I'm in Milwaukee or Wisconsin somewhere
Mm-hmm.
at the dock trying to get my load off,
Right.
get me another load on, because then it wasn't no computers in the truck. It was
Right.
logs.
Yeah.
I would keep 2 or 3 logs in the book.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
truck,
Yeah.
I was running illegal. I'm trying to get that load off. So I get me another one and go back home. I want to be home by dinner time.
Right, right.
I get my load off 6:00 in the morning. I'm getting another load in Chicago somewhere, get a call on. I'm trying to get back to Youngstown.
Right.
So I can be home overnight, sleep in my bed.
Yes, sir.
That's the way I did it. I was running my butt off, because when you work in regional like that, you got to run just to make money, because in the 90s and in 2000s, they wasn't paying you as good as they're paying you nowadays.
Yeah.
They was them companies was keeping that money for themselves.
Yeah.
We was making them rich. We was making them rich.
So you got these headaches, and you're starting to see
I
these
had
little
these
blurry
headaches, and I kept
things.
being floated.
Yeah.
And I remember I picked up some railroad wheels.
Okay.
Over in East Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was bringing them back to Midwest Steel.
Yeah.
And my head had been hurting all that day. I got there to the place, Midwest Steel here in Youngstown. And I pulled up to the railroad track like I always do, because I know where to stop. And I would always bring the guy some donuts or something to drink that ran the railroad thing. And he must have saw my flashes on. And I remember sitting in the front seat with my eyes closed. And I remember waking up and my head was hurt real bad. And I was sitting in the seat. And when I woke back up, I was laying on the ground on the truck, right beside the truck.
Yeah.
And all I remember is the ambulance was there. And I was in the ambulance, and they must have seen something on my face.
Yeah.
The broadness on my face. It was on my right side.
Yeah.
And I was limp and I couldn't get up. And they gave me that shot. It was a shot, and it was something with the brain. And it saved me. It saved me to a point. I didn't think I had a speech problem. But my wife said I did.
Yeah.
Because they was like, does he always talk like that? And she was like, no. And but my right side, my arm, my my leg.
Yeah.
My leg, my arm.
Yeah.
When God telling you to slow down,
yeah,
and you don't listen, He'll slow you down.
Yes, he will.
He'll get your attention.
Yeah.
He'll get your attention.
Yeah.
Because right now, you can't tell. You can't tell. I was when I got out the hospital, and they was checking me. They was like, oh, he's not going to walk again, right?
Wow.
So they had to put me in the nursing home. They put me in the nursing home. I stayed in the nursing home. They was like, we're going to give you therapy here at the nursing home. You're going to be here for a while. I'm like, how long a while? Because I want to go home tomorrow.
Right.
And at this time, my wife was a nurse. She was an RN.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what about church? I want to go to church. I got to go to church. They're like, no, we have ministry here. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I was there at the nursing home. I tell you what. It is it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. At nighttime, when you hear those people crying.
Wow.
Crying. When you hear men and women crying for God.
Yeah.
When you hear them crying for God, excuse me. When you hear them crying for God, man, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
And I when I can reach my wheelchair and get in my wheelchair, I didn't care what time it was. I would wheel myself to that front desk. Y'all can't hear them people screaming and hollering for help.
Wow.
And y'all sitting here laughing and joking around while people are crying.
Wow.
That plays a role on your heart.
Yeah.
You know, because somebody else is crying for help.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you, as a kid, I was like a protector.
Yep.
You know, trying to be a protector, trying to
Right.
be the strong.
Yeah.
And to hear people screaming and hollering like that in the middle of the night, that sticks with you for a long time.
So
I don't wish that on nobody to have
right.
to spend time in a nursing home like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as they told me, you're not going to walk again.
Yeah.
You're not going to walk again. You're not going to be able to do this again. I think it was 2 weeks later, I was in the room and I asked my wife to bring my dress pants up and stuff. And I wouldn't let them touch me.
Yeah.
No, you can't feed me. I feed myself. Well, Mr. Yo, don't you got to go to the bathroom? Give me a porta potty. I can't use that porta potty. I got to go to the bathroom. I can't use that. I got to sit on the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, can we help you? No, you can't help me do nothing. Leave me alone.
Right.
I got it.
Right.
I'll do it. Just give me the wheelchair. I'll make it. And then my wife comes. Well, how was it? Well, he won't let us touch him. He won't let us do nothing for him. He want to do it himself. She come in. She see I got food everywhere. Try to feed myself with the left hand.
Yeah.
When you lose the right arm, when you're strong on that side, you can't help it.
Yeah. You can't help it. You can't help it. So
But we go ahead.
So being in that nursing home, did you feel, because you said earlier that you suffer from a little bit PTSD from some of your earlier experiences and things like that, and then you being taught to be a protector at an early age. Now you're in a situation where you need help, but yet still. So did that trigger anything? My wife, she said, how did you handle or cope with PTSD experiences? Experiencing so many killing, murder at such a young age. So, what were triggers for you? How did you handle it?
There's a lot I ain't even said yet, bro. It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot more killers I ain't even said yet. Believe me.
Yeah.
When I got out that nursing home, I was at home. My wife had a hospital bed brought to the house. And I stayed downstairs because I couldn't climb the stairs. They got me one of those little toilets right there by the thing. But with me, again, I didn't want my sons moving my poop, dumping it, wiping my butt. That wasn't me.
Right.
What I do, get in my wheelchair, get my butt over them stairs, and pull myself up them stairs to go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And that's what I did every day. She was so, excuse my French, she was so pissed at me. Pissed at me because of what I was doing, And she's like, if I have to put you back in the nursing home, I will. And I was like, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. She's like, well, promise me you won't do that again. I didn't do that no more.
Wasn't trying to go back. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to go back.
Comply.
I didn't want to go back.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't want to go back. And no.
Another question for you.
I had that script.
Another question for you, Masol.
I had that script.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay,
go ahead.
so you've been through a lot, you've experienced a lot of pain, a lot of, just a lot. But here you are. I've never seen you without a smile. Shaquila wants to know, what's the legacy you want to leave the world?
That I'm just a normal brother. I want people to know I might look like Shrek, but I got a lot of love. I look like Shrek, bald-headed, big guy.
Yeah.
Look mean. People used to come up to me, you look too mean.
Yeah.
I remember my prayers, Big Sale at the FHO thing in Tampa.
Yeah.
He's like, Masol, you too nice. You know how Big Sale is. He's like, you just too nice.
Yeah.
I never had nobody tell me I was too nice.
Yeah.
Like, man, is he joking? Is he joking?
Yeah.
You know how Big Sale is. That was the first person who told me I was too nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, Big Sale don't know me.
Yeah. Shout out to Big
But there's a
Sal.
lot of people I never opened up to. I never
Yeah,
opened up to, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And but that's why I don't ride without somebody who knows me,
yeah.
you know, what I've been through, because when we was down there at FHO at the thing, I knew that I was doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing, and I was trying to stand there. My wife was in the truck, and I took my bike there, and
Mm-hmm.
I fell
Mm.
and hit the ground and couldn't get back up.
Mm.
DeMarco, that's what he be on your show
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah, yeah. Good
DeMarco
brother.
saw me fall,
Yeah.
and he came over and he picked me up from the ground.
Mm.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, DeMarco. I love you, brother. Thank
Yeah.
you. And he picked me up and took me back to the truck. And told my
Mm-hmm.
wife that I fell, and it was just doing too much. Just
Yeah.
doing too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Trying to try not for people. Didn't have my cane. Didn't have my walker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I don't like people to see me like that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
when I first started riding with FHO, I rode with V J1s, um, Jeezy. That's with he's with Rare Breed now, and we rode. We met in Dayton, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
on the bikes, and we rode down. We was going to Key West, Florida.
Okay.
And that was the
Okay.
first time I met Big Sale,
Yeah.
and we was going down there. And my goal was just to ride to Atlanta, to Florida line, and turn back.
Yeah.
And we rode, and I remember uh, J1's caught a flat, so we stopped there, got his tire fixed, and then we headed on.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got halfway to Disney, I think it was. And then I
Mm-hmm.
caught my shifter broke on the bike. So
Yeah.
we ended up
Yeah.
had to get that fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got that fixed at the hard place. Got to go on. It was raining and pouring down. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. But I don't want them to think I'm over, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And going down the road, and these handlebars breaks. We was doing about 70, 80 miles an hour. I don't know how, but God guided him over in the
Wow.
rain. And he had to reach handlebars like everybody else.
Yeah.
And they broke because
Holy
the people
moly.
put regular screws back on there instead of changing the
Yeah.
screws and nuts. They
Yeah.
put the
Yeah.
old ones back on. And it
Wow.
broke, and he guided that bike over. We was on the highway until the
Wow.
tow truck came.
Wow.
And I knew I did too much. We was what, maybe 100 and some 200 miles from Miami then.
Yeah.
And I told them, I was like, hey, V, I was like, I can't make it. I can't make it. I was like, I got to go to the hotel and go to sleep. I can't make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't going to be able to make Key West.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was such a disappointment in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I let them down too.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't know.
Right.
None of them know.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
what I was going through. And my wife, she didn't even want me to go. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't want me to go on that ride.
Yeah.
She thought it was too far from me.
Yeah.
And it was. It
Yeah.
was.
But you made it back.
It was. I made it back home.
There you go.
I got some sleep that night. I woke up that morning, ate breakfast,
Yeah.
went to the Harley shop there in Daytona,
Uh-huh.
took some pictures. Matter of fact, I think I got a picture by that barbecue grill there in Florida on the way back.
Yeah.
With me and Blackie, me and East Chicago Blackie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just made it on back up by yourself?
I made it all the way back by myself, and it was a beautiful ride.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
peaceful, and it was a beautiful ride.
Yeah.
It rained on me. Sun came out. Rainbows was out. The mountains was beautiful.
Yeah.
When I was tired, I slept. When I was hungry, I ate.
There you go. Take your
But
time. Take your time and bring it
took
on
my
in.
time and got on in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good ride.
So, Masol, let me
Yeah.
ask you this, man. I won't keep you all night, but I gotta ask you this because this is your saying: keep pressing forward. What does that mean to Masol Young, and when did you adapt that saying?
You remember when I told you that your wife reminded me of somebody.
Uh-huh.
It was a teacher at Beckman Junior High School.
Yeah.
She was a music teacher, and
Okay.
she looked like your wife. She
Okay.
was a music teacher, Miss Bryant, and there was a song that she was to sing, and she had us singing it, and it was the first song that. And she used to tell me as a kid because I think she knew some of my family back then. She
Okay.
knew what we was going through,
Yeah.
and she used to always tell me, little boy, you come here, Maceo." She slang my name, Maceo, come here, like it's Maceo.
Yeah.
Maceo, come here,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's Maceo.
Yeah.
She's like, come here. Didn't I tell you to keep on going, keep pressing forward? Didn't I tell you? I be
Yeah.
like, I am. I'm staying out of trouble. She's
Yeah.
like, forget them boys. Keep on pressing forward. And
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
since then, I've been saying it. I've been
Okay.
saying, I
Yeah.
keep pressing forward. When I was in a nursing home, I gotta keep pressing forward.
Got to keep
I
pressing
gotta keep
forward.
pressing forward.
Hmm.
I gotta keep pressing forward no matter what.
So
No matter what.
what does that mean to Maso Young to keep pressing forward?
In everything.
Hmm.
Everything in life.
Yeah.
In everything. No matter what you see, no matter how you feel, no matter what people say, you gotta keep pressing forward. You gotta keep on living.
Hmm.
You gotta keep pressing forward to God. You gotta keep pressing forward for love. You gotta
Yeah.
keep pressing forward for happiness.
Hmm.
You can't let nobody stop you. You got to keep pressing forward for your grind, no matter what you do. You can't let nobody stop you.
Hmm.
My son is gone. I miss him. I miss him much.
Yeah.
I try to put all my extra love in my daughter and my
Hmm.
youngest son, Terrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell him every morning before he go to work, give him a kiss, give him a hug. Keep pressing forward. Don't
Hmm.
stop. Don't
Yeah.
stop. Keep pressing forward. Do what you got to do. I'm still learning how to be a grandfather. Tell my grandkids, keep pressing forward. You got to
Yeah.
keep on living.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter what. Don't let nobody stop you. You know, don't let nobody stop you.
Mm.
Now, that's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. I try. I try to do what I could do.
Well, man, you're always upbeat. You're always smiling. And had you not come on the Retro Philosophy Show and shared your story, I'd have never known. I'd have never known, man. But look at God. And that's what Seller said. But God. Shout out to Chris Houston.
That's
He's
right.
tuned in. What's going on, Big Sarge? And I think that's why it's so important to get to know the person beyond the bike.
Sure.
We all share a commonality when it comes to that motorcycle, but sometimes we need to go beyond the bike and just have a candid conversation. So I want to say thank you, Marisol. Excuse me, Mason. I'm reverting back.
There
Old
you go
habits,
again.
old habits die hard. I'm gonna keep pressing forward. Meso. Um, but we want to thank you for coming on and having a candid conversation with your boy Retro on today. C1 says amen to that. Pressing forward. LED and Bags is in the building. Mr. Eddie Bird. What's going on, Mr. Bird? I believe he's down in Daytona right now. So you guys can check him out down there. He's got parts and everything. I'll tell you, man, he can get your bike right. That's all I'm saying. He can get your bike right. As a matter of fact, let me see something real quick here. Bada boom, bada bang. Okay, so I'll find it a little bit later here. But but again, shout out to Mr. Bird, Eddie Bird, LED and Bags. You can find him down in Daytona. He'll be down there for the rest of the time of that of the Daytona Bike Week stuff. So Meso, other than pressing forward, do you have any other life advice that has really impacted you?
Huh. Yeah. Uh, whatever you want in life, go after it, do it, because life is too short.
Mm,
We are not promised tomorrow.
that part.
We are not promised tomorrow. Hug your children, hug your family members, tell them you love them, because once you press that handle, turn that knob on that door, and they
Mm-hmm.
walk out that door, it could be the last time you see them.
It could be.
It
It
could be
could
the
be.
last time they see you. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
We never
who
know.
knows?
We
Who
never know.
knows? Um, but that song I was telling you about, I got to say a few words of it.
Go ahead.
That song protected me. It's an
Okay.
old song.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna sing a lot of it, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. God has not promised me sunshine. That's not the way it's gonna be. But a little rain mixed with God's sunshine all over. A little pain
Beautiful song. Yes,
makes
sir.
me appreciate the good times. Be grateful.
Yes.
Be grateful, y'all. Be
Come on, man.
grateful.
You ain't had to stop so soon. Be
Be
grateful.
grateful.
That's a beautiful song, man.
Be
It's a
grateful.
beautiful song. Thank you, Masol, for sharing that with us.
God desires to feel your longings, every pain that you
Yes,
feel.
sir.
He feels them just like
Just like you.
you. But he can't afford to let you feel only good. Then you can't appreciate the good times. Be grateful. Be grateful, y'all. Be
Yes,
grateful.
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it,
Be
brother
grateful.
Masol. Thank you so much, brother. We love you, man. And we
Thank
can't wait
you.
to
I
get up
love
to
you too,
Ohio,
brother.
man, and hang out with you a little bit more on your side of town.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to throw some meat on the grill.
Okay, all
Fish
right.
fries or something.
Come on now. We talking my language now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Masol Young in the building on tonight here on the Retro Philosophy Show. Masol, we'll talk with you soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. God
God
bless you,
bless
brother.
you.
Yes, sir. Give our love to the wife.
Yes, sir. You do the
Okay.
same.
Okay, I sure
Hugs
will.
all kids and family.
That part. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's make
Yes,
some
sir.
noise for Masol. Hey, man, that's my man right there. Masol Young in the building. Keep pressing forward. Look at that smile, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Come on, man. What more can you ask for? Now, my brother's been through a lot, as you just heard, man. You know, his story is touching. But you know what? His story is also familiar because there's so many of us that go through so much stuff in life, but we keep pressing forward. So we want to thank God for for Masol and his willingness to continue to press forward in spite of the things that he went through at a young age. The psalmist said, "It is good for me that I was afflicted." And I think at the time, none of us wants to go through what I call the go through. But if we would just trust God in the midst of it all, it will work together for his good. I do believe I read somewhere it said, "And our latter days shall be greater than the former." And so we're just grateful that he kept the faith. William, how you doing, brother? He says, no, God has promised us always sunshine, but be grateful for all. We praise you, God. That part right there. We've got to be grateful. Amen. We've got to be grateful. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to thank you for joining the Retro Philosophy Show on today. And that about does it for the show tonight. And I guess we will catch up with you in the morrows or in the morning because today is what? Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow's Tuesday. So we'll get up here tomorrow morning and we'll make it do what it do, as we would say here on the Retro Philosophy Show. Let's see here. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that the let's see if we can pull it on the screen real quick here. Bada boom, bada bang. There we go. Trey for Bike Blessing, April 27th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. taking place at CB's Tavern, 3870 Bethania Station Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good evening, Slim Wayne. How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining the Retro Philosophy Show on this here morning. Hey, tardiness is okay, man. It's all good, brother. It's all good. As they say, better late than never. better late than never. So we thank you for pressing play. And for those who may just be joining and would like to see what the rest of the show was or the previous show was about or whatever, I'm tired. Just hit the replay, #replay. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, without any further ado, man, I'm going to get on out y'all's way. But if you are in the North Carolina area and you got some junk you need to be removed, you got some debris you need to be removed, you got some, some asphalt that you need to be removed, some gravel you need to be hauled in, some mulch that needs to be hauled in, then I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. That'll be me and my son. Yeah, that'll be me and my son, McLord Trucking and McLord Junk Removal. So we can certainly get it done for you guys. So make sure you holler at your boy and we'll go ahead and get you right. And speaking of, yes, sir, McLord Junk Removal in the building. If you call, we'll haul 704-235-8408. And as I said, if you need some debris hauled away, we got that too, man. Construction debris, it doesn't matter. If you want it gone, give us a call and we'll come and haul it. McLord Trucking in the building.
We have a community that we have to take care of. We have kids that are depending on us. I call them my scholars. I call them my future leaders. That's what they are. Let them know. Forget about where you were. Be proud of where you come from and give back. It seems more family in Riverview Gardens. Just be to get some people to get some of those jobs and help us get these scholars where they need to be. You on the horizon where learning is required.
So you're a philosopher? Yes.
Good evening, good morning, good night, good day. It's your boy Retro. Thank you for pressing play.